Welcome back to Everyday Self-Awareness. Today, I'm going to talk about the mindset of being a warrior. Yeah, folks, you need to be a warrior. Every day, 365. I'm not talking about being paranoid, but I'm talking about somebody being prepared. Let's dive into it. So being a warrior, what does that mean? Well, we could dive into an all-day video, but I want to talk to you about some character traits, one in particular that you need to be a warrior. It's the understanding that there's two different types of violence out there. When we're talking about a possible self-defense situation, or hopefully self-protection, we're not even too hands-on yet. We're aware of what's going on. There's two different types of violence. There's social violence. Now, social violence is something that I consider being more about your ego and the ability to, understanding the ability to pick an exit and get out if you can. Not making a situation worse than it can be. When I talk to my students, some of my kids in particular, and my adults, but with my kids I really talk about this, and this relates back to us too. Don't put yourself in a worse situation than you're already in. That's social violence. That's something that I can generally try to get away from, and normally I can. Now, when it's not social violence, it's asocial violence, and I'm talking about when somebody looks at you like you're a piece of meat. They don't care that you need to get home to your family. They don't care that you have a birthday next month to celebrate. They really don't care about anything other than themselves. And that's when we have to recognize that, hey, this is serious and I've got to take action, okay? Just want to be clear about that. Two different types of violence, and you need to get your head wrapped around that if you're going to be a warrior. We're going to dive into some examples. First thing, if you're a good warrior, you have awareness skills. Awareness always comes before action. So we, as a warrior, are looking for bad energy, movement, bad intentions. These are the type of things that we're constantly scanning for. Again, I'm not talking about being paranoid, but it's about being in touch with your environment, whatever environment you're in, and looking for things that look off. When we are on top of our game with awareness, we're ahead of time, and generally when we're ahead of time, we can get away from a bad situation. Next, own your environment. When you're in an environment, don't shrink. Walk around like you own it. Everything in that room, everything in that space, you own it. And at any given time, if something goes wrong, you're going to take whatever you need to make sure that you're safe, or if you've got loved ones with you, they're safe too. If that means I'm picking up a chair and smashing it over somebody, that's what I'm doing. If it means me picking up a couple chairs and throwing in front of somebody to create a barrier, I don't care who owns that chair. Everything is at my disposal. And you've got to have a mindset that you own everything in your environment right there and then. You are the king of that environment. You can do whatever it takes if bad stuff goes down. Now, along with owning that environment, in understanding that everything in your reach belongs to you, you better have a really good understanding of the layout of that environment, okay? If I need to exit quickly and that exit's blocked, I've got that exit over there. If that doesn't work, I'm going to create an exit that way. Having an understanding of your environment every time it changes is key, along with understanding that you own everything in that environment. Again, I'm not talking about you having this inflated ego that you are the man and everybody else has to bow down to you. But you do have to have a mindset that if something bad does happen, that you can trigger just like that to that character trait, to that mindset, because that's going to make a huge difference in how you get out of that situation. ESA warriors don't have big egos. We don't go around puffing out our chest. However, we are strong, we are steadfast, we are calm, and we're aware of anything that we need to take care of or do in a bad situation. These are character traits that are crucial to keeping yourself safe and loved ones too. And not only keeping yourself safe, but you'll enjoy life a lot more when you build up that character set of being aware of everything that's happening. To have great self-protection and self-awareness skills just makes life that much better. So for more information, or if you've got any comments on this, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. As always, I appreciate you all showing up for this video. I look forward to seeing you at the next one. Take care, stay safe.